Eonhan's vision of Iy'ELU, the odd, whom is called and Eman and Iy'Eman the son. And Eonhand, whom was also your brethren, and your companion in the time of your tribulation, and whom have witnessed the establishment of His holy kingdom. And now I am writing to you all, and I am now testifying to you all about what I saw and what was told to me about Iy'ELU, and also what I witnessed in the kingdom of Iy'ELU. And that I have truly beheld Iy'ELU. And the coming of Iy'ELU, and I have seen Iy'ELU's holy kingdom. And I have behold Iy'ELU, as he was the righteous judge whom was judging and sentencing the lost and wicked ones. And whom was the righteous judge whom was rewarding his chosen people. And whom was the Holy One whom was sentencing Satan and his minions whom were the lost ones. And I have also witnessed his patience to all those whom are his, and all the faiths, and the gathering of all those who are in his kingdom and of all those whom are the brethren of Iy'ELU, whom is called the Jesus Christ. And whom was the Holy One whom gave me Eonhand all of these visions when I was on the island that was called Patmos, with Iy'ELU, whom told me to write down all of these words and all of these visions, and all of these prophecies which I have compiled into these books which Iy'ELU told me to give to his people. And to share it with all those whom shall come after me. Which is to share the words and visions and prophecies of Iy'ELU. And give to you all a word of warning about Satan's lies and blasphemies. And also about all of the Jesuit and their errors and their heresies that are now written down in their holy Bibles, and in their sacred books. And also that the worship of God is called idolatry and that the worship of Jesus and the lauding of Jesus is called lordolatry. And that the truth of the matter is that God is the evil one whom is called Satan. And Jesus is the one whom is called the false prophet and also the Antichrist. And this book is given to you all so that I can share with you all my testimony about whom is the Holy One whom is the odd one. And that is the sovereign King and the odd one whom is the Jesus Christ. And that I was chosen by Iy'ELU, to share my testimony about whom is Iy'ELU, to everyone. When I was taken up by his holy spirits. His holy angels. When Eonhand was shown the future. And the end time. And the judgment of all the nations them that were in his world. And his white throne judgment. And his judgment of every one who ever lived in his world. And when I was shown the end of his world by Iy'ELU. When I was transported to the future, and seen the ending of his world. And when I saw Iy'ELU upon his throne which was set up upon his spirit. And which was established in his earth. And this was at the end time. And at the great judgment day. Which is known by many as the Odds day. And the day of his coming. And the day of his judgment. And this was when I beheld his coming. And when I beheld his judgment which was upon everyone who ever existed in his world. And this was when I witnessed their resurrection. And also his great white throne judgment in the afterlife. And also all the eschatological events at the end time and the signs which was prophesied by Iy'ELU. And which shall be fulfilled upon all the people who ever lived in his world. And Eonhand all witnessed the establishment of his holy kingdom. And the millennium reign of whom is called Iy'ELU and Iy'ELU and the Jesus Christ. And this was when I heard his voice, and also the multitude of his chosen people whom were gathered in his heaven. Which sounded like a continuous echo. And which sounded like a loud din of voices behind me. And I witnessed the last trumpet, and also the raising of all the souls that were dead. And also the great tribulation. And also the voice of Iy'ELU, whom was calling every single soul from the dead. And his voice was magnified like that of a great trumpet. And Iy'ELU was saying, I am Iy'ELU whom is the first one whom is the Almighty One, as in the alpha letter, the letter A, which is in the word the Almighty and word, all power, and also whom is letter O, as in the word Omega, and which is in the letter O, and also the letter O which also stands for the number 1, and also A, and O as in the word, odd, and the odd one, and also the word as in the name, the Almighty and the Almighty One, and the Great One. And whose name is described with the letter O, like these great words starting with the letter O, like the word omnipresent, meaning, He's the sovereign one whom He's the sovereign king, and whom He's everywhere. And whom He's also the omnipotent one. And the omniscient one. And whom He's omnicomplete, and whom He's also omnibenevolent in all of He's attributes, and also whom He's called Holy, and the Holy One, and whose name is above all names, and whom He's above all in He's holy character. And whom He's the first in He's creation, and whom He's the first and the last sovereign king. And then Iy'ELU, said He on hand. He on hand, what you have seen here, and witnessed here you must, write it down in a book, and you must send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia. And also to Ephesus, and to Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and also to those in Philadelphia, and also to all those brethren who are in Laodicea. And as I on hand turned to see Iy'ELU whom was speaking to me, it was when I saw what was behind the 7 golden candlesticks. And having being turned, it was when I saw whom was in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. And I beheld that it was Iy'ELU whom was in the midst of the 7 candlesticks. And whom was the Holy One whom looked like the sun. And whom was the one whom was clothed with a garment which was down to his feet, and whom was girded about the paps with a golden girdle. And upon his head was a crown. And his hairs were looking white like wool, as they were white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet were looking like fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. And his voice sounded as the echoing sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword, and his countenance was as bright as his sun which was shining in its full strength. And when I saw Iy'ELU, I fell at his feet as dead. And then he laid his right hand upon me, saying to me, Don't you be afraid, fear not. I am the Almighty, and the first sovereign and the last, and I am and I Iy'ELU whom is the odd one whom is always alive and whom was Iy'ELU, whom laid down my life and died for all of your sins. But now I'm alive, I'm not dead. And, behold, I am alive forevermore, because I am Elu'hymn. And I have the keys of hell and of death and the grave. Now on hand you write down the event that I Iy'ELU have shown in this vision, and also of all the things which you have seen, and also of all the things which you have witnessed here, and also about all the things which that I have prophesied about, and of all the things that should come, and that would happen in the hereafter. And I'll tell you what is the significance of the mystery of the 7 stars which you have seen in my right hand, and also the meaning of the 7 golden candlesticks. And also meaning about the 7 stars which are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which you saw are the 7 churches. The end, to be continued. Thank you.